السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. أما بعد. Alhamdulillah, we have reached towards the end of the month of Ramadan. And this is a time where we have happiness. As alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us tawfiq to do a lot in this month. Normally, we are not able to fast for so many days. If we were to tell us to do fast for 29 or 30 days outside the month of Ramadan, it would be something that most of us would not be able to do. But alhamdulillah, with the tawfiq of Allah, with the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has helped us to fast for so many days. And fasting is such a beloved action to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, about which He says in the Hadith Qudsi, that other actions are for Ibn Adam, or for the slave son of Adam. Except for fasting, for indeed that is for me, especially for me, and I myself will give the reward for it. And so Allah gave us tawfiq to fast throughout the month, alhamdulillah. Allah gave us tawfiq to send Salatul Taraweeh. Allah gave us tawfiq to recite Quran more. Allah gave us tawfiq to give sadaqah more. And so we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we are happy for this. At the same time, we should also realize that this is a time where we also reflect about how we spent this month. And we have to realize that we most likely did not fulfill the rights of this month. Rather, we definitely did not fulfill the rights of this month. And we did not utilize every single moment in this month like we should have. The reality is that we should have utilized it like a person who is in a room full of treasure and he has only 30 days or 30 minutes in that room. And so they have to take advantage of every single moment in order to maximize the benefit they get from that treasure. But unfortunately, we've wasted our time. We've used our phones. We've been scrolling aimlessly. We've talked about random things. We've done things that have wasted our time. On top of that, we may have fallen into sins as well. And so we should also come towards and approach the end of this month with a feeling of regret as well. And thinking that if only I had spent this month in a better way. So every single one of us should be full of this regret as well as we approach towards the end of this month. However, regret can be very painful emotion, and it can be something which is very difficult, and sometimes it can be very paralyzing as well. And so we shouldn't only have regret, rather we should add on top of that hope. Hope from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He will give us tawfiq to end off this month in the best possible way. And I just wanted to give one example that a great scholar, Imam Ibn Jawzi, gave for the end of the month of Ramadan. He said that as you approach the end of the month of Ramadan, don't be fooled or don't be saddened by the fact that you may not have started the month in the best possible way. Because actions are based on their endings. As a hadith says, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالْخَوَاتِيمِ. Actions are based on their endings. And so the racehorse only starts to speed up towards the end of the race, and it basically gives it its all at the end of the race and puts in all its effort to run the fastest it can at the end of the race because it sees the finish line within reach. And so that should be our example as well. We have very few days left in this month. At the same time, these are very special days. And it could be that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives us for all the time we wasted and all the time we didn't take advantage of in the previous days, and that Allah gives us tawfiq to continue on this path after Ramadan as well, if we really utilize these last few days and we think of it as if this could be the last few days we could ever have of the month of Ramadan in our lives, because we do not know if we were going to live until the next year. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us all tawfiq wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. اللهم لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. اللهم لا نحصي ثناء عليك أنت كما أثنيت على نفسك. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم اغفر لنا وللمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا يا كريم. اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها. اللهم وفقنا لما تحب وترضى واجعل آخرتنا خيرا من الأولى. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. ربنا تقبل منا صيامنا وقيامنا وركوعنا وسجودنا وتلاوتنا وصدقاتنا وسائر أعمالنا في هذا الشهر الكريم. اللهم وفقنا لاغتنام كل دقائق هذا الشهر الكريم. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم إني لك صمت وعلى رزقك أفطرت. خواتین و حضرات افطار کر لیجئے.